You're now listening to the JCA Sports Podcast on Spotify and Anchor. To the JCA Sports.
On everybody. Ooh, I forgot to hit the remove button right there. Hey. What's up, everybody? The JCA Sports Podcast here on the John Quinavi Facebook page. Myself, Eric Avila. I am solo dolo, but it's okay. I got company coming along the way as I'm writing this show. John and Jose will be on the comments strong, but I'm doing this live. And I hope everybody could jump on as I got the links. Getting there right now. Got the link to the StreamYard app for you guys to join me for today. You guys can follow all our social media platform here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Also follow us on Instagram and TikTok too as well. The JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook Live under John Cohen. Ali, what's going on, everybody? Got a lot to talk to about today. As you see right there, you see the stream, you see the links. Make sure you guys join us there. Join me, and let's have this show. As this show is mainly for the guys, for you guys to hop on and talk to me. Let's talk sports. NBA playoffs. That's what we're talking about today. Eastern Conference Finals was yesterday. The Miami Heat took care of business in Game 1. Literally, all they had was a half, and that's all they needed as they dominated a whole half on a 22-2 run. 22-2 run. Yes, the Miami Heat looked like they took care of business, and it looked like it was going to be a tough one too. Let's be honest; it didn't look sweet in the very beginning. It looked like the Boston Celtics did deserve to be in that spot. It looked like the Miami Heat, the youth, how some people like to say it sometimes. Looks like they took over the game. Looks like Boston was literally just outnumbering the Miami Heat. And then once halftime came along, that was the moral of the story. I think it was a 39-14 scoring run, or just scoring half alone itself. And that was it. That was the tell story of the game. Boston couldn't find a way to even answer back. As much as they tried. I mean, the fourth quarter was kind of interesting. The Celtics did win that quarter, but too much Miami in the second half, too much Miami in the third quarter, should I say. And that was just to tell the story. Boston looked like they had a whole control, but it was that run. And obviously Jimmy Butler's 41 points, that was it. That was the storyline itself. He was a rebound short of a double-double. And he came up with 3 big blocks. I think the Butler was out here. You seen him towards the tail end of the game, or actually at the very end of that game, how tired he was, how he was exhausted on how that game was played. What do you guys think? Keep it in the comment section. What do you guys think about Game 1 yesterday between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat? As the Miami Heat took Game 1, a 118-107 scoreline. They took Game 1, and literally, let's just say the third quarter was everything. That's what it was. Miami Heat defense, basically, that was the bread and butter, how they played throughout the whole entire season, and the reason why they got the number 1 spot was the reason why they were back into this game and in this game and literally took this game. It shouldn't be surprising. We all thought that Miami Heat were going to win Game 1, but not in this fashion. Okay, I didn't think it was in this fashion on how, they had a mount to come back and they had to make a run, and you could tell Boston had no answer up until probably like late into the third quarter with like 3 minutes left, when they had some offensive rhythm. And then it was just a mountain for them to climb back up, and you could tell it was hard for them to get there. So what do you guys think? I know I'm right here on the chat. Go ahead, live the stream. The link is on the chat too as well. This is the JCA Sports Podcast. I am Solo Dolo today, as you can see. No John, no Jose, but it's all good. They had to take care of some business, but the show must go on. I want to know what you guys think about Jimmy Butler's performance yesterday. It was a topical conversation on Mondays too, as well as us three were together at Illinois Media School. And I want to know what you guys think too as well. If you didn't catch our show, we talked about, did the Chicago Bulls also lose the trade for Jimmy Butler? As you can see now, Jimmy Butler is on the verge of going to his second NBA Finals this year. At least attempting to go this year. We don't want you guys think. There's also another game one on there, guys. If you haven't seen, it's at halftime between the surprising Dallas Mavericks. To a lot of people, it was surprising. That's all. But the Dallas Mavericks and the Golden State Warriors are at halftime right now, and their game one, 54-45, Golden State Warriors. How do you guys think about that series? Let me know who you guys think who's going to take that series. Is going to be a short series, like how we all predicted the last series between the Mavericks and the Suns, and most of us got us all wrong? Or is this going to be a long series and it's going to drag out all the way to maybe 6, possibly 7 games? Who's going to win it? I don't know what you guys think too as well. But yeah, let's keep on the conversation from last night. The 41 points, I think that was the biggest talking point too. Jimmy Butler was on a mission, and man, was he on the mission for sure. 41 points from him. He got 9 boards and 3 assists. I mean, 3 oh my god. Yeah, 3 assists, 5 assists, and also 3 blocks. And I think the key block too on Jason Tatum in the fourth quarter was everything. And I think that's the one that we highlight the most. But the bench, Tyler Hero came up big too, 18 off the bench too. Victor Oladipo, he was the second leading one coming out of the bench with 15 minutes. Didn't do a lot, but everything was on the defensive side of the ball. I got it on the comments right here. CP, what's up, man? People thought I was nuts for saying we may see a Warriors Heat finals. No, I'm right with you. I think I was one of those crazy guys, I guess you could say, that I was with you. I really thought that Heat Warriors finals would probably be a possible one too, simply because the way that Miami Heat played. So no, I think if people thought you were nuts, I just, hey, look right here, you know, we right here, bro. I'm right with you, because I honestly do believe that Miami Heat is big enough, and let's be honest, I think they're also a tad bit better than what we expect. Obviously, offensively, they're not good. They're going to struggle getting their points, but last night their defense turned into offense really, really quick. And I think that's the key for the Boston Celtics to probably even win this series. You know, their defense is everything. And I think there was a stat. I'm not sure where I saw it, and I'm not sure if it was one of the sports stations for sure, networks. I don't know, but I think this is the first time in a while that the 4 leading defense in the NBA were in the Eastern or in the finals, in their respective conference finals. And I want to say the Miami Heat were the number 1 team defensively, scoring defense, or whatever, how you want to call it. And so it says to you that this team can really and will possibly even have a shot to win it all. No, I think I'm going too far with that one. So just tell me to stop. Tell me to stop while I'm ahead, right? But no, yes, the Miami Heat, they really did show out and show off yesterday. Like I said, my boy CP here said people thought I was nuts for saying that we may see the Warriors and Heats in the finals. He's not crazy, guys. He's not nuts, because I'm right there with him too. It's the experience. And yesterday you kind of saw that a little bit, especially that third quarter. That how do you come out of a half? Well, you'll come out how the Miami Heat did. You come out strong. You come out fighting. You come out playing defense. You wake up, and then you put the other team in the ropes. And if they respond, cool. And if they don't, well, then at least you got the game in the bag. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Miami Heat got the game in the bag, and it shouldn't be shocking, everybody. If you found that shocking that the Miami Heat hit my mic, if you find the Miami Heat, if you thought that was shocking what the Miami Heat did to the Boston Celtics, then you probably haven't been watching a lot of Miami Heat basketball, because defensively they're there. Defensively, they will make your life miserable. They will be up in your face, and they have the players to do it. PJ Tucker, obviously Jimmy Butler, Victor Oladipo, he was crucial on the defensive side too as well. And then whatever you get out of Tyler Hero and everybody else on the defensive side, I mean, hey, that's good as well. So let's be honest here, guys. The Miami Heat, you kind of have to respect them. They're the reason why they're the number one seed in the Eastern Conference for a reason. And yesterday, if it wasn't proof enough why they're not the number, if yesterday was proof why they're the number one seed, then hey, then don't be shocked when you see them, and don't be shocked that this possibly may maybe be a short series. The JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook. Make sure you also watch us on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch under the JCA Sports Podcast. John Quinavi on Facebook, and follow us on all our social media platforms on Instagram and TikTok too as well. The link is on here, guys. If you guys want to join me in this conversation about the Eastern Conference Finals, I want to know what you guys think. Were you guys surprised about the Miami Heat defeating the Boston Celtics, or in the way that the Miami Heat played on the Boston Celtics? I want to know what you guys think. Obviously, I got my boy CP here saying that that no, it wasn't crazy. He's nuts, and he's not. Obviously, he's really not. Let's before people come in, I want to go in a little bit on the Western Conference Finals that's going on right now. It's on halftime for people. 54 to 45. The Miami Heat. I'm sorry, the Golden State Warriors are on the Dallas Mavericks. Look at that. Speaking of the devil, CP is on here. What's going on, buddy? What's up, man?
What's good, Eric, man? How's everything going?
Everything's going, man. Everything's going. I guess we're the two crazy nuts here, right?
I
You
guess,
say whoever your people are that told you you're crazy, man. Tell them to bring them my way, and we'll tell them together on how crazy we really are, how nuts we really are on thinking that the Miami Heat will actually have a chance in the NBA Finals.
yeah, in this show yesterday, man, people have not been watching Miami. People is excited about Boston, and rightfully so.
Right.
Boston, everything they've done, the first round, the second round, how they basically made KD look like a normal star instead of a superstar, how they turned Giannis into like a shooter. I get why everybody's Boston, Boston, Boston. But people have not been watching Miami all season, and I feel like it's frustrating me because they're not getting the respect they deserve. PJ Tucker, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, even though he's not what he used to be offensively, he still got that savvy mind on defense. And then you got Hero coming off the bench giving you 20, 30 anytime. Bam is still Bam, 19 and 10. I don't feel
100%.
like these guys are getting enough credit.
No, and obviously you still get whatever you could get out of Victor Oladipo. Look,
Exactly.
yesterday he didn't have the offensive numbers that you would think that Victor Oladipo would have, but on the defensive side of the ball, he was on there. I think he was on Jaylen Brown literally when on that mountain comeback in the third quarter, and how he made his life difficult to at least pull off a shot. You could tell Jaylen Brown was miserable in some possessions. Matter of fact, I think he barely made his first or second three of the game late in the fourth quarter. Jason Tatum was, even though he had, what was it, 29, 30 points, whatever he had, 29 points, even though he
Yeah, I
had
think
29 points.
he. I think the stat said he was like 1 of 7 or something. I just know he had a really good first half, and then the second half came, and it was like, yeah, like
Yeah, Jimmy Butler
clamps.
locked him down, dude. He locked him down, and you're always gonna get that from Jimmy Butler. If there's one thing about Jimmy Butler that he took from Chicago, and even with Minnesota and Philadelphia now in Miami, is that he has that defensive prowess, that defensive mindset that he had, and he's up on your girl each and every time. Every shot that Jason Tatum took, or even the layups, it looked horrible. He looked uncomfortable every single opportunity Jason Tatum had any shot of trying to get a basket, whether if it's a jump shot or a layup, man. And it was nice to see from me because it brought back old Jimmy Butler vibes when he was here from Chicago, when he was here in Chicago.
If anybody knows Jimmy Butler, we do it. We know his
Right.
heart more than anyone.
Exactly. And the fact that he gets to do it once again in the biggest stage of them all in the Eastern Conference Finals, where every game, every playoff game is nationally televised, but this one is more magnified simply because of it's being an Eastern Conference Finals. Like I think now people are starting to realize that Jimmy Butler should have been on the map or should be on the map now, especially after
I
yesterday's
still think
performance.
they don't even realize it. Like people are asleep. He gonna wake them up with this series right here though.
And the unfortunate part about it is, like, obviously we saw it, right, us firsthand here in Chicago, and especially once we started moving to team, the unfortunate part is Jimmy Butler is already hitting, if not, he's already in his 30s. People are not going to see this type of Jimmy Butler for too long. And that's the unfortunate part. We at least seen it because we saw him grow from a young bull, from a baby bull to the bull that he is today.
Right.
No pun intended. But it was it's unfortunate that people are only going to recognize Jimmy Butler, I guess, as a superstar, right? um on the latter half of his career, where he's only going to have maybe 2 3, possibly maybe even 4 superstar quote unquote years left in his career. I do you think am I right or am I wrong for that one?
How old is Jimmy Butler now?
I want to say he's like 30. I think me and him are around the same age. He might be a year or two. I might be a year older. Let me see. Hold on, right? Let me put myself under that bus real quick, right? See how old I am. I'm looking it up right now. Jimmy Butler is 32. So he
32. So you're probably right. He probably got, I want to say, another good 3 4 years left in him probably,
mhm.
because like you can see throughout the season he normally conserves himself. Like that's why he don't get the All Star recognition and stuff. Jimmy Butler be saving himself for the playoffs, and we're seeing it now. Like he performs when he has to in the season, but playoffs is what he mainly cares about.
Yeah.
And people forget about the bubble year. There's the crowd out there that just say, "Oh, it was fake. It wasn't. It didn't mean anything." Jimmy Butler is showing you that he was real in the bubble and he's real now.
Yeah.
Like that bubble wasn't a fluke. He was on a mission then. He's on a mission now.
Yeah, definitely. He gassed out literally like even the game that the Lakers clinched and won the NBA title. You could tell that he gassed out and he gave
Put
everything.
everything on the line.
He put everything on the line, and I think the Heat won 2 games out of that one, if I'm not mistaken, in that bubble year. But I mean, look, if should we start this conversation now, or should we wait till it gets more closer? Damn, I might as well just say this. I might as well just start it now, right? If Jimmy Butler does somehow, some way, not only defeat the Boston Celtics, but let's just say he does slay the Golden State Warriors in the finals, does this put him now in superstar level, or he's barely going to be considered a star?
Oh, that's tough. Cause like, yeah, sure, we might consider him a superstar, but you know how the media is with their
Right.
whole superstar thing. They look at people like Luca and Yoke, Joker, the ones that put up all the stats and the pretty little plays. Those are the guys they look at as superstars. Jimmy's a rugged. He won't give you 30 every night, but he'll give you the heart every night. I'll look at him as a superstar, but I know the rest of the world won't. Even if he finds a way to win this, they're gonna be happy for him and excited for him this year. And then by the time the next NBA season get here, they'll be back to where they were the year before. Like, oh, it's just Jimmy Butler. He's not like that.
No, I get it.
That's
And
usually how the media works.
yeah, you're absolutely 100% right. I mean, we can see it. I mean, obviously, us being in Chicago, and we'll probably be a little bit more biased to it, a little bit more simply because he was, grown here. He grew up here, but probably people in Minnesota probably won't think so. Philadelphia, maybe Philadelphia will probably think like, "Damn, we probably shouldn't let Jimmy Butler go." You know,
Oh
it,
yeah,
it,
I feel like they made the biggest mistake choosing Tobias over Jimmy. I never understood that at all. If they have Jimmy instead of Tobias this year, they definitely make the finals. To be honest, to me,
100%. And I don't think. I mean, even the move for Ben Simmons would probably still have been made, right? I think that trade would have been made, but at least the job and the pressure on Joel Embiid to show up every night would probably have been a little bit less on him if they would have had a Jimmy Butler on that squad, given how hard this dude fights, how hard this dude plays, how hard this dude balls. That possibly maybe even James Harden would have maybe looked good. Maybe.
maybe, but the city of Philadelphia, like players like Jimmy Butler, are what resembles Philadelphia. That's who Philadelphia is. The type of player and person that Jimmy Butler is. Those are what Philly fans wanted, and the fact that Philly chose Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler, I don't know. I felt like that was a big slap in the face to the Philly fans because they love Jimmy Butler and they were confused, just as confused as everyone else. Yeah,
100%.
that's right, John. That is exactly right. He's too hard for the league. They don't like that type of thing. Like that's not their thing. They want the flashy guys like Luca and Joker. That's why they just gave Joker another MVP, even though Embiid deserved it.
No, that 100%. Embiid should have deserved this NBA fine. This NBA fine. This NBA MVP for real this year. You're right. Too hard. But I mean, with a series like this, let's just play this devil advocate, right? Maybe he'll have that recognition if he does make it to the Eastern or to the NBA Finals this year. He somehow, some way slide. He should slide into the top 10 of the NBA players right now. Should it? Right?
Oh
Right?
no, no, no doubt, no doubt. Especially where he has the Heat now. I mean, it's not like anyone else is really leading the Heat. Jimmy Butler. If Jimmy Butler is not on the Heat, then I don't even think they get out of the first or second round.
Or maybe even make it the playoffs.
Maybe as an 8 seed or something, but he means that much.
Yeah, he said John Gold said Philly fans love Jimmy like they love Rocky Balboa. Hey, I mean, look, it's one of those situations, and it's an unfortunate situation for Jimmy that everybody in the United States that watch basketball are finally, seeing Jimmy and putting Jimmy on the mat at such a late start in his career to the point where we all seen it, we all came by, and now we felt it. We had that argument: is he a superstar? Is he just a star? Is he a A1? Is he the Batman or is he the Robin? I think now you can kind of see with the Miami Heat that he can be the Batman to any team and will carry you to the length of however the team around him is built. You got, like you said, Kyle Lowry's out there, Bam Adebayo, you got Victor Oladipo, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, PJ Tucker. So the list goes on and on and on. That's a good team that's built around Jimmy
It's good
Butler.
Struss and Vincent Day Flowers too.
Yep. It's a team that's built and that should have been built around Jimmy Butler here in Chicago. But unfortunately, the previous owners, GM,
Yeah,
and
we
everybody that
know
was
about the guard packs era. We weren't getting anything done with those
no,
two.
no, nothing. And you can tell that I'm starting to believe. I actually know. I do believe that the trade for him and Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn and I guess who was it? Was it Laurie Marketing too?
Yeah, it's what got us. It was the 7th pick that got us Lowry marketing.
I think the Bulls now today, especially where they are today, lost this trade, 4 or 5 years ago. So it's
Honestly, I think Jimmy was going to eventually leave anyway.
you know what? I think if you would probably show the love that he wanted and support, because he's getting the love in Miami that he never got here in Chicago. To some people, he did. To some people,
I definitely was one of those giving him the love.
and I was one, and I'll say here, I was on the fence with him. Like, I don't know, maybe you can, maybe you can't. He's such a diva. So
When
on.
people ripped them for trading Rose instead of Butler, I was the only one of the only people that understood the trade and keeping Butler instead of Rose. I saw Rose was like, starting to hit because Rose is one of my favorite players ever. But I saw the downslide he was
The
hitting it,
decline. Mhm.
and I saw how Butler was on the rise. So I understood that trade fully. But Chicago fans, Rose will always be at heart.
For some Chicago fans.
I know not you, Eric, not you. I know you're one of those.
Go back on the comments. John says he's literally Batman because he'll beat you up for taking a water break at practice. Yeah, he's absolutely right. And then also, Jimmy would have left because of our front office. You know what? Butler and Tibbs was perfect. You're absolutely right. But I think Tibbs' philosophy and game plan, I think only would have taken a team so far. I felt like his stagnant offense wouldn't have taken it to the next step. And with that,
Tibbs was an old school coach. I don't think his style fits today's game. Maybe it would in like 2006. That's why we were so successful back in 11 to 2013 is because we had the right players for it. We had a Luol Deng who would lock in. We had a Joakim Noah who would lock in. We don't have those players no more.
no, absolutely not.
My man.
As we welcome in Chicago's favorite uncle, Uncle Day. He's in the building, Deontay
Day
Jones.
Day.
What's going on,
How
fellas?
are you, man?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Had to do 90 on the expressway to get here.
As long as you made it safe.
Respect, bro.
That's all that matters.
Yes, sir.
All that matters. I mean, we're talking about the Eastern Conference Final Game 1 yesterday, between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics, and it's basically Jimmy Butler's shouting to the league that he is now a bona fide superstar. I mean, we saw it firsthand here in Chicago, but he put it on the map yesterday. The Miami Heat went on a 22-2 run in the third quarter, which basically solidified the whole entire game. Uncle Day, what you saw yesterday between the Heat and the Celtics?
I saw Jimmy hit him in the mouth. Jimmy, he been playing with a chip on his shoulder, trying to prove that the bubble experience wasn't a fluke. At the same time, don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves because they was missing the defensive player of the year and they starting center. The Celtics were. So, Marcus Smart is big time when it comes to stopping perennial offensive players like the way Jimmy Butler went off. So it's a win for the Heat. It was big time, but they should have blew them out with Boston missing two starters, especially two key components.
Yeah, they definitely knew about Marcus Smart earlier than they did about Al Horford, him going into safety protocol. And you could tell the start of the first half, actually. Let's not even the start. Let's talk about just entirely the first half. The Boston Celtics dominated the Miami Heat, and in convincing fashion. It looked convincing that the Boston Celtics were going to handle the Miami Heat. It's just that third quarter came in, and it was just a whole different monster. To me, the Miami Heat's defense, who was known and is the reason why they are the number one seed in the Eastern Conference, was a reason why they got back into this game and took game one. Real quick before we go to CP and continue this conversation, John in the comments says the league is too soft for Tibbs' coaching style. Yeah, obviously,
he's right. He's right.
Hand checking is one of the main things, and if you're not opening your grill and you're defending like this, but you're like about to kiss the dudes in the chin, they're gonna call you foul every single time. I mean, you kind of see it a little bit in this Golden State Mavericks game that I'm kind of like side-eyeing right now as we're having this conversation or doing the podcast.
Same here, bro.
And it's just like you kind of see it a little bit that the calls are getting a little softer as each game progresses into this playoff series in both series. John also says, why does Jimmy get credit for leading the Heat in the bubble and losing, but LeBron gets discredited for that being his only championship in LA? We're doing this. We're doing the LeBron talk right now, John. You really want to do this? I mean, let's go. CP, what do you think about what your boy said? Right now, that's your boy.
He's saying Jimmy gets credit, but LeBron doesn't?
Yeah.
Oh, I give LeBron full credit for that championship in the bubble. I don't know why anybody else wouldn't. It's not his fault. Everybody else wasn't mentally prepared. You shouldn't have showed up then. Why show up if you don't want to play? They gave y'all the opportunity to go home. Y'all came down to play because y'all didn't want LeBron to get a championship. And now you're mad that he did. Like, you can't win here.
Make up your mind at the end of the day, right?
That's right.
all.
Yeah, make up your mind.
All right, Day. What you think, man? What do you think about John's comment? Do you give Jimmy the credit and give the discredit to LeBron?
Nah, a championship is a championship, man. Everybody went in there with the same challenges. You was away from your family. It was almost like an AAU tournament. Anybody that played AAU ball, some of them weekend shootouts.
Yes.
Nothing but basketball all day. And that's all you're doing. You will go to certain hotels that got convention centers and you won't leave because everything is there. So, I mean, everybody had the same chip stacked against them, and LeBron won the championship. And, I thought Anthony Davis was the finals MVP, but, neck and neck with him and LeBron because Ant made big time plays, but LeBron carried a brunt of the load to get them to those big plays. So, it's a ring. A championship is a championship.
100%. I just saw my boy Greg Newsom in the comments. He's watching the show. I put up the link on Facebook, on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, guys, for you guys to join as well. Join the JCA Sports podcast here on Facebook Live, also YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow us on every single of our social media platform. And also, when you watch the Facebook page, that little bell on the right hand that you see right there, hit that bell to notify you guys when the show, either my show, the EAFP podcast, Sports Strip Live, or this show, the JCA Sports podcast, is on ACP. This one's for you. You ready? You ready to see this? This is what your boy said.
Oh, are you excited?
CP is
I heard that the competition between the LeBron fanboy between you and Jose is neck and neck, homie. Come on, man. I
Oh
mean,
my God.
look,
I don't think I'm like Jose. I don't think I'm on Jose level. I just because I used to be one of those people that hated LeBron, but I realized that was because he didn't come to Chicago, not because he went to Miami. But LeBron basically has my respect. I'm not a fanboy. I just want everybody to give him his respect, you know?
right.
Because I'm still one of those
I
people.
had my issues with LeBron. I
I
had my issues
believe
with him.
Michael Jordan is still the greatest of all time. I'm not one of those LeBron people, you know.
Right.
But I just like hate when I see people BSing on LeBron's name, I call him out. And I've seen that a few times on this podcast where people was BSing. John does it all the time. He was BSing when y'all first started this podcast. He was BSing about the stuff with LeBron, and I couldn't stand for it. That's one of the reasons I joined this podcast.
To put him right in the spot, huh? That's what we're talking about. I mean, hey, look, well, Jose got the LeBron Miami Heat jersey, bro, and probably like in two colors. I want to say he got the black one and the white one. Although the white one is pretty cold, I'm not gonna lie. He has a LeBron one there too.
No,
Uh,
I can't have any Heat LeBron jerseys because I didn't like him when he was with the Heat. So that wouldn't be right.
I hear you 100%. And he said this is the correct answer for the LeBron conversation about the title. You ready? He said the correct answer is because LeBron was the Robin to AD and Jimmy had Tyler Hero as his Robin.
See,
So that's
this is exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. The blasphemy that comes out of John's mouth, and this doesn't surprise me because a lot of my other homies who are also Chicago Bulls fans, they say stuff like this. So it's like I'm not surprised, but it's like, damn, I'm a Bulls fan too, but I don't say no cap stuff like this, man.
hey,
Robin? When has
hey,
LeBron ever been a Robin?
I'm just
uh, when they won their first championship,
and, and
Dwayne Wade was the alpha when LeBron got his first one in Miami. But after that, LeBron been the man. Besides when Cleveland beat Golden State, Kyrie put the
I
hands
mean,
on the
Kyrie
board.
with the shot, yes, but LeBron carried them most of that
Ky-
finals.
Kyrie averaged 30 that series, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
I
Kyrie
don't. I don't think it was 30.
he was flirting with 30. Matter of fact, he was flirting with 30 throughout that whole playoff series, literally
Yes.
from first round to the semis to the Eastern Conference and even the finals. I think he
LeBron
was
led both teams in every stat, though.
yeah, he did leave, but
Yeah.
I mean Kyrie was right there. It's to the point where we kind of everybody puts up this argument about the Cleveland LeBron is that Kyrie was the one that gave LeBron the championship. I think that's the conversation that the LeBron haters like John, which I'm about to put because trust me, he's going hard on the comments that you guys can't see until I put it out. This is what he says about Jose, right? Jose's gonna name his next son Juan. Just
Not Lil
you
Juan.
know,
That's tough.
that's tough. That's tough.
Not Lil Juan.
Lawan.
That's what he says.
The Mexican LeBron.
This is John. Keep going. He says he's soft, right?
Every LeBron hater says that.
Right.
Okay.
Obviously he's living up his name, right?
Sure
Johnny
is.
Blasphemy. But here we go. Are you ready? This is again. This is where the conversation starts, and see to CP's point. LeBron was Robin to Kyrie. This is where and again this is the conversation. You're right. LeBron kind of led the team in every stat in
Mhm.
leading up to the finals, to the playoffs, and eventually winning and beating this Golden State Warriors team, who's up 73-54 on the Dallas Mavericks
Yep.
right now in the third quarter with 5 minutes left to play. Look at me, inside stuff, right there. But a lot of people do believe that without Kyrie, LeBron wouldn't have won this title. Without
No, he
Kyrie hitting
wouldn't.
that,
That's
He wouldn't
obvious.
have. He
That is
wouldn't.
so obvious.
I got you this time, CP. I'm not a LeBron fan at all. I'm not. I respect his game. I respect his legendary status. He top 5 to ever play the game, and you can't deny that. But LeBron was not Robin to anybody. LeBron is the man. These dudes clothes. Ray Allen clothes for him. Got him a ring. Clothes for him. Dwayne clothes for him. Got him a ring. Kyrie clothes for him. Anthony Davis clothes for him. But these dudes wouldn't be able to get the space to operate if LeBron is not on the floor. So LeBron
He carries them to those
to
moments.
the finish line, and he makes the right basketball play. And LeBron gets chewed up sometimes when he make the pass and his teammates miss. But whether it's the first quarter or the last quarter, LeBron makes the right basketball play.
And I think he'll get chewed up if he shoots and miss. He'll
And
get
miss
attacked
too,
for
yeah.
that too. He just can't win.
Yes.
And then when he does make the clutch shot, Jordan did it better. That's what it is. This man cannot win.
Of
This man
course.
cannot win. Again, here we go, John. Right on cue. John's on these comments, man. He's saying he's not clutch. I mean, his clutch.
That's a false narrative.
His
As long
clutch.
as it's not free throws.
Right. As long as it's not free throws.
Right. I'll give him
point,
that. Free throws, he's horrible when it comes to free throws. I attack LeBron for that all the time when he avoids attacking the basket so he don't have to go to the free throw line and he gives people a pass to attack him. Like, I want you to attack the basket and get sent to the free throw line. You made that one free throw that sealed the deal against Golden State. Like, you got it. Like, don't be scared, bro. They're going to get you for this.
Facts, 100%. And John on the comments, he's going strong. Appreciate John going on the comments, even though he's not here. But here we go. LeBron Miami was worse. He literally flopped more than Neymar in Brazil. That's my bone to pick with Neymar. 2018 World Cup playoffs, first round of 16. My hatred for Neymar started then, and I still hate him to this day because of the flopping rule.
I don't think LeBron flopped that hard though.
He flopped a lot. That was my only issue with him. When he got that, they all became very Hollywood.
He
and
did.
LeBron
He
did a lot of questionable stuff.
He made it popular. He did. I'm glad he eventually stopped after a while because I do remember the whole Kurt Thomas pushing him on the floor and him going like 10 feet back like Kurt Thomas is just the strongest guy ever.
Mm-hmm.
That did piss me off when he used to do stuff like that. I'm glad he grew out of it because, the league got on him about that. Like, they said no more flopping. But I agree with John. LeBron was flopping like a fish his whole time in Miami, and it did used to piss everyone off.
That was my only problem. He would bold over a 7-footer and then get touched by a dude my size and look like he got pushed out of a moving vehicle.
Yeah.
Be like, come on now.
The Tyson Chandler screen, like, I can't forget about that one.
Oh, that one was horrible. I think that was
one of the most horrible.
That was the worst one. That was legit the worst one. But yeah, as you said, the league made the flopping rule. And again, CP, he's your boy right now at the moment, right? This is your boy. I ain't claiming it right now. Right now it's just the C and the A. We might have to change it right now because he's about to say something stupid, but this is your boy right now. Side note, my boy Kyrie hasn't been a dog since the girl cheated on him, but she's still fine.
Kyrie will always be a dog regardless of Oh my God, John is on one tonight.
Oh,
his job is getting him. That's 100% sure. At the JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook Live, on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch too. We're live as well. Make sure you guys follow the JCA Sports Podcast and everywhere on our Instagram and TikTok too as well. Make sure you guys follow us and share all our episodes on the John Quinavi Facebook page as we are live on all those platforms too. Narrative right now, quick update, guys. Golden State Warriors and Dallas Mavericks, 79-62. Golden State is up. Cool. I really want to talk about this series real quick. Are we going to see the same surprise that we saw from the Dallas Mavericks against the Golden State Warriors, or is this going to be a quick series? Let's go with Deontay, who's shaking his head vigorously, saying no shot whatsoever.
No shot. Not even close. Now, I'm not going to say that it's going to be a quick series. I don't think it's going to be a quick series. But it's definitely not going to be nowhere near as bad as Phoenix looked. Draymond Green is a game changer against Luka. So a lot of the babying that Luka was doing to Phoenix, they got Wiggins, they got Draymond, they got size they can throw at him. Klay Thompson can get in his way. And then them dudes still got to come down on the other end, and they still got to get points, and they got to stop Golden State from putting in that work. Them light-skinned boys over there, they doing it. And Dallas, sorry to say, y'all on y'all way to the pool party.
Cancun 03.
Yep.
100%. Hey, real quick before I get your take on this, CP, again, he's your boy. You claiming him today? That's what exactly put right now. I love she could cheat on me too.
Everyone,
What is he drinking?
What's today? Wednesday. It's
Wednesday.
9:45. I want to say he's either on his third 312 or he's on his fifth Modelo. It's one of them two. He had a
gotta be.
long he had a long day at work if he's literally coming up with this nonsense on the podcast. But that's your boy CP, and I really want to know your take. Is the Mavericks going to have a surprise in the series, or 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 is it going to be a short series between the Warriors and the Mavericks?
Look, man, Monty Williams is my guy.
He got out coached.
Like I'll always have respect for Monty Williams. He's a great coach. I wish he could have coached the Bulls, but I don't know. I don't think Steve Kerr will have the same lapses that he had. Like when you see Dallas is literally attacking CP3 because of how old he is and he can't move like he used to. When you see that, you have to make the change, and he did it. He stuck with CP3 because of his name and who he is, and he paid the price for it. Devin Booker his showed his immaturity. He should know by now that Dallas is going to get the ball out of his hands. Dallas does not want the ball in Booker's hands. And he kept shooting contested jump shots when 2-3 people guard him at once. You got to make the adjustment. You got to kick it out to Crowder, Bridges for these threes. And they didn't. That's why Dallas was able to expose them like that. Because, like, Luka is no small guy. He's 6'7", like 235. You can't put CP3 on him. I'm sorry, but you just can't. Maybe CP3 13 years ago, maybe you could have, but no, he and right, and even then, like they should have made the adjustment and they didn't. The Warriors are not gonna let something like that happen. Like it's like you said, they have Steph, they have Clay, they got all these people coming off the bench, Otto Porter. They're gonna throw any white kid they can at Luka, and you can't just worry about one or two people like you did with Phoenix. You can't just worry about Devin Booker. Stephen Curry is hit, as you see right now. Steph Curry is hitting threes all over the place because they're concerned about Jordan Poole hitting. They're concerned about Klay Thompson hitting. They're concerned. Andrew Wiggins is making threes now, so you know it's bad. Dallas has too much concern. They're not used to this. They're not used to running all over the floor like this. They're going to work Luka like they did with Joker in the first round. I feel like they're going to work Luka that way. And it's showing. Luka looks very tired out there.
100%. And I'm even looking at this game right now, side eye when both of you guys are talking, and right now he's on the bench. But you could tell like the Mavericks have no type of answer whatsoever. They're going ISO, and you see right now the matchup, and it's a small against a big, but there's no movement
wants
whatsoever.
You to do that.
You know, and if you make the shot, you make the shot.
Yeah.
But here's go ahead.
Like CP said, Monty Williams got out coached. Jason Kidd ran a NBA 2K offense against him, and it, I mean, killed him. Like first they negated DeAndre Ayton on defense by putting a smaller guy on the floor and spreading them out to the corner, and then they ran screens until they got a switch with Chris Paul on Luka and just let him go around him.
Yeah, it was that simple.
It was real simple.
Real simple, and you could tell like if they go toe for toe, that the Phoenix Suns weren't gonna have an answer whatsoever. And if they did, then albeit everybody was on their A game, but you could tell, especially the last 3, probably even 4 games, you could tell that the Phoenix Suns, the win that they got what was it, game 5? I think it was the game that they got game 5. They barely won that game too. It wasn't foul trouble. But let's go back to the comments. This is what he's drinking today. Natty Wednesdays. That's who he's at.
Okay, Natty, that explains it.
That explains it why. That makes more sense, right? Again, here goes with his blasphemy comments. Booker got his Kardashian curse. You know,
I'm starting to believe in that too, because there ain't no way this keep happening to these players.
Oh, that's real. And all across all sports.
It's across all sports, 100%. And unfortunately, Lamar Odom was the sacrificial goat for that one, man.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Like a 6th man of the year, multi-time champion, and this is what happened.
Exactly. When you thought of Lamar Odom, you thought of greatness until he ended up with a Kardashian. It's sad.
He got caught in a sunken place.
Exactly. You got what's his name? The dude that married Kim Kardashian that was too smart for her. what's his name? The basketball player, Chris
Chris
Humphries.
Oh
Chris,
yeah,
I used to call him Chris Kardashian because that
You
was
know,
bad.
the only one that probably came out victor out of that one is probably Christian Thompson. Is
No,
he the no?
Tristan Thompson. No, I think
no.
he got hit with it too.
I
Yep,
mean,
got
he
hit
still
with
got
it
an
too.
NBA title off of it though. He just got hit with child support. Well,
Yeah.
okay, never
Yeah.
mind. Okay, yeah, I don't think
I don't
that's
know. I feel like his life has went downhill since then.
true. He hasn't really been with a consistent team ever since that. Other than yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
Stay
list
away from
goes.
that
I just
fountain.
hope Zach LaVine or anybody on the Bulls have enough sense not to do that.
So speaking of Zach LaVine, when I was on my way home, I was listening to LeVar Ball on David Kaplan podcast,
Oh
Okay.
no.
and he said that he don't think Zach gonna re-sign with the Bulls.
I feel that too.
Yeah, I feel it too. To be honest,
I feel it too.
I don't think he's going anywhere else.
I don't see Chicago offering him what he wants. I just don't see it.
Well,
I just
he gonna get it because the market is open for it. Like you got a max contract to give. Who else do you give it to? Do you let all-star caliber player walk, and then you got to try and fill that void? But who's available to fill it with? And then you got DeMar for another maybe two years or so. A good DeMar left
One year with an opt out after that.
after
So
this, right? So if you're gonna swing for it, you got to swing for it now. You got to. So Zach might be in
another thing I
prime
saw
position.
is Phoenix. You saw the whole thing what happened with DeAndre Ayton where he didn't want to go back in the game. I think this is his last year in Phoenix, to be honest. I know we got hit hard down low. Do you think that might be an option, DeAndre Ayton? But then again, I don't want somebody with that type of attitude coming to Chicago if you're not going to go back in the game because you're throwing a little hissy fit. I don't want that in Chicago.
I think the problem with DeAndre Ayton was this: you gave a guy who's about to hit the retirement home sooner rather than later, and you gave him almost 30 million or something like that. That's how much they gave CP, the point fraud.
Dang, the point far.
The point fraud. Oh yeah, he a fraud.
Oh man,
Devin Booker got paid. He got his right, and then they gave what's his name? Miles
Mikhail.
Mikal Bridges. There you go. They gave him money before they even gave DeAndre Ayton money. So he felt like, okay, am I really part of this? Am I part of this team going on into the future? What is your plan with me? And for it to hit this far and him testing out free agency or going to hit out free agency next year, I believe. I know he's restricted this year.
Right, because he was a number one pick.
Yeah. I feel that's where this quote unquote hissy fit comes. Because remember, man, no matter where you play, it could be baseball, it could be basketball, it could be football, it could be golf, it could be every player, every professional player, or majority of professional players have this thing called an ego. And when sometimes your ego hits a certain level because what you have done and you don't get respected, then they become these prima donna players that unfortunately some of us don't like it. But given the name and the talent that's provided, a team like us in Chicago who's building and growing sees a DeAndre Ayton or sees a Donovan Mitchell or sees a Rudy Gobert or sees any other player that's quote unquote unhappy or who's unhappy or who wants to get out. That's the part where like, hey man, look, they don't give you love. We give you love. We'll give you this love. What are you asking for? We got you.
So if you're in Chicago, you go after Ayton.
I honestly believe, obviously, in the league where you have Joel Embiid, or in the conference where you have Joel Embiid, in a conference where you have Bam Adebayo, in a conference where you have Al Horford. This dude looks like he's drinking the fountain of youth every season for some odd reason.
Giannis,
Brook Lopez, and even whatever you got in Brooklyn, you kind of need a big man that could defend. And the one thing I don't like about Vooch is, yes, he could stretch the floor, But when you come, you all right there, bro? The hat just slid right off or something, you know?
Yeah.
It's the socks hat, man. That's why it rolls right off. It comes off easily. That's all.
Don't start.
Let me start. Let me not start. Let
I
me go
just
back
got
on
the
track.
notification Cubs lost.
Yeah, I did too. It's all good. I mean, I have no expectations. I don't know about y'all. Y'all almost right around there. Anywho, but you do need a big that would at least be disruptive enough to down low for these type of players. And Vooch isn't the guy. I would love to have a DeAndre Ayton. Am I gonna miss out on the 3 from Vooch? Sure. But for Vooch to only hit 2 out of 10 threes, anything that to me doesn't do anything. I'd rather have somebody who's beefy enough, who's strong enough, and who be disruptive enough on the post for a player like Joel Embiid, although he can shoot a little bit. Giannis Antetokounmpo, who can semi-shoot. Brook Lopez, who's everything's interior. Al Horford, who can semi-shoot. But when it comes to being a man and being a strong center, DeAndre Ayton to me is the guy. I don't know what you guys think.
I don't know. I know the skill set. I know the skill set he had. It's just like, does he have a winning attitude? That's all I care about.
Right. And see, this is my take on it. In order for him to have that hissy fit, as you call it, that crybaby moment, what has he done? Like, really, what has he done?
A good little playoff run last year. That's about it.
So, I mean, you see the potential that's there. He'll be he is okay defending. He rebounds. He have a lot of games where he is the biggest player on the floor and he don't have double doubles. Um, he had plays where you could see where his number not getting called, so he kind of walked through it. And these are when you get to the nuances of what you're looking at. You know, the effort is hit or miss at some nights. You know, when you get a game where he got 20 and 15, and then the next game he got 12 and 3. And it's
Right. I
like,
think he got out rebounded by Steph one game.
and that type of stuff shouldn't happen. When if you want to be an elite big, you saying I want max money as an elite big, then you got to compare your stats to the other elite bigs in the league, and the consistency has to be there. So I mean, he's a great player, a good player with potential. But you can find somebody else. You can draft the kid from Illinois, Coburn. You can bring him in and say, give me 8 points and 10 rebounds. That's what DeAndre Ayton gonna do on some nights, and he way cheaper. You can
Yeah,
draft.
Kofi don't have a jump shot yet though.
He don't.
He got to develop that.
He got 2 left feet also, but he's gonna rebound, and if he get 2 feet in the paint, he's gonna try to dunk it. So you'll give him that. Even the kid from Duke, the Bulls got the 18th pick. The kid from Duke might be around, and he averaged a double. So it's like, the things that DeAndre Ayton, like, what have you really done to say I'm demanding this kind of money?
So you wouldn't trade Vooch for him?
No. I would bring somebody in to put next to Vooch, because Vooch still averaged, what was it, 18 and 11 this season?
Yeah, he still had a good year.
Yeah.
And that might be comparable. I didn't look up DeAndre Ayton numbers on the season, but that could be comparable to what DeAndre Ayton did.
I'm pretty sure Ayton is around the same.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton only averaged 2 points less than Vooch. Field goal percentage was better than Vooch, obviously, because Vooch shoots a little bit more threes, right? And so that will brought his field goal percentage down. But the rebounds were same, 15 a game for each. I think Vooch only averaged 14, while DeAndre Ayton averaged 12. So, I mean, you give and take. I mean, you got a guy that doesn't shoot threes, but his field goal percentage is up, gives you the almost basically the same amount. It's just pick and choose on what side you want to have.
Right, he doesn't really move the needle. Trading for each other doesn't move the needle.
Exactly. And then on the team that's struggling with perimeter shooting, do you want to get rid of somebody that can stretch? Somebody who can, you already struggling. The Bulls already struggling with perimeter shooting. So
I'm just thinking putting a defensive big next to Vooch to try to cover up that weakness. But I don't want to get rid of Vooch yet.
My prayer for the Bulls is to make a push for Montrezl Harrell, because Charlotte is going to max out Miles Bridges and wait another year to try to move Patrick Williams into that starting power forward spot. And then you will have a defensive minded, high energy rebounding guy that you can put next to Vooch and try to cover up some of the deficiencies there. Because you really
Uh,
don't need a shot blocker. You just need somebody that's going to make the shots tough. Because Vucevic a rebound.
I don't know if
Rebounding not
Harold
the
fix.
issue.
I don't know if Harold fixes that though.
He'll give you a lot of the things that the Bulls missing
If
next to Vucevic.
if I could have him coming off the bench, yeah, Montrezl Harrell would be great coming off the bench, but I need someone next to Vooch starting, like somebody like a Julius Randle or something. Harold wouldn't really.
Julius Randle not gonna help you defensively. Then the ball gets stuck in his hands too. He like the second coming. I don't know if you remember Marcus Fizer used to play for the Bulls back in the day. When that brother touched the ball, it wasn't coming out. And Julius Randle, he pounding it left-handed. He got two dribbles with his right hand. Like he can bounce the ball with his right hand, but he's not dribbling right. And you know the scouting report on him. He going left, and he going left. He's not a real facilitator at that spot. So you already got DeMar that's an ISO player. You got Zach that's an ISO player. And then you bring in Julius, who is
I mean, I didn't really mean Randall specifically, but I was like more in that range. I was
okay.
personally, if I could have somebody next to Vooch, it would probably be somebody like Jeremy Grant that can shoot and defend. And Jeremy Grant plays defense.
In Pat Will, I trust. I do believe Patrick Williams can be that guy. If especially if he develops into a decent shooter, you could tell. I know summer league. I'm getting stats off the summer league, but you could tell the ball could move from him. He could be a focal point. I know last game of the season against the Timberwolves and it was against bench players, but Pat Will can bring that to you if you give him that opportunity. He will play hard. He just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, he played all right in that Milwaukee series. He's all right. He
Yeah,
didn't. He wasn't a
He got to get
negative
stronger
player.
too. He
yeah.
got to get stronger.
So I know you were talking about the 18th pick, Deontay. I know you brought that up. Both of you guys brought that up. And David, Mr. David Hoffman over here says Baldwin Jr. That's the guy that the Bulls should pick. I know you guys were talking about Harold, and his belief is that Harold is a trash defender.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Luka and them exposed Harold when they were in the bubble.
Whoa, I don't know about that. But Luka's a guard, and Harold's that's just like when the bubble went down, how the conversation came up why Giannis wasn't guarding Jimmy when the Bucks played the Heat. Jimmy is a guard. Giannis is a forward. Giannis cannot keep up with Jimmy if Jimmy going laterally. So once Jimmy get his shoulders past him, he's supposed to score on him or get fouled. It's the same way with Luka. Luka get his shoulders past Montrez, but you don't need Montrez to defend on your perimeter. You got Lonzo Ball for perimeter D. You got Caruso off the bench for perimeter D.
But is he really gonna stop people from coming in the paint though?
You need. That's why I said you don't need somebody that's a shot blocker. You just need somebody that's a challenge the shots and make them tough. His athleticism, his energy.
That's
Look at what he do, and then he runs the floor hard, going the opposite direction. Because Vucevic a rebound, Trez can just be the guy to get in the way per se.
A disruptor, pretty much.
Yeah,
somebody to be a nuisance.
Yeah,
that's all you want.
As far as the 18th pick go, like this is a really good draft. That like one of the best drafts because like I started watching college basketball lately, and from what I've seen, this is a really good draft. Like even at 18, the Bulls should be able to find a diamond in the rough. To be honest, like I'm not sure where they go. I'm not sure if they go big. They could use some more shooting. I hope they draft a shooter because Kobe White. I like Kobe White. He's a nice guy.
We should have let him go.
But I'm just not sold on him. I'm just not.
We should have let him go, man. We should have let him go. I honestly believe that we should have traded him while it's hot. And I get it. You want to see what he could show out, but you could tell that in the playoffs, Yeah,
He just didn't bring it, and
he
then
just didn't
like
bring it.
he wasn't bringing it on defense neither. So it's like if you're not making your shots and you're not defending, like
What are you
what
doing?
what are we gonna do with you, man?
What
Yep.
what are you doing? Real quick, guys. On Monday we revealed the Bears schedule for this upcoming season, and I know you guys might give me the look, but I see the Bears winning 10 games. Am I
Oh
crazy?
my goodness!
Or you guys think that am I crazy or not?
Oh my goodness! He said 10.
I said 10,
I told you
maybe
they're crazy.
11.
Did the Bulls trade for Derrick Henry or something?
No, but it's an easy schedule. It's a favorable schedule. I honestly do believe that the
But
toughest.
we're forgetting who the Bears are, though. We're forgetting what they have to work with. Um, I just I went game by game, and what I got out of it was 6-11. That's what I got from it.
Ooh, that's you giving the over. Vegas got them winning. Wait, Vegas got them winning 6 or is it 5? I can't remember. It's either 5
It
or
was
6.
around that area.
Is around that
Yeah.
area.
So, I already told you, E. I think the only team like the FPI came out the power rankings and the Bears are ranked dead last.
Dead last.
Dead last. That's even behind the Detroit Lions, the New York, them
Jets.
guys, Jets.
Dang, they behind the Jets.
Yes, I don't even want to call the Jets like they like a B squad right now, practice squad.
But it's the
But
Jets.
it's right, it's exactly. And the Bears are ranked behind them in the power ranking like dead last.
I
And
think I think the Bears, obviously, the only reason why we're not getting the credit, or there's no credit at all, right, from the Chicago Bears, is remember the fact that how the season ended on a sour note last year with Matt Nagy, and them not having a first round pick this year, and them having this many holes. And I think what I liked about Ryan Poles and Eberflus, what they did this year, is that they plugged up. Okay, they didn't really like seal it, but they kind of like plugged it up with that good adhesive to where we may or may not see these cracks ever again, or it won't be a while till we see these cracks. And I personally believe that the Chicago Bears will have 10 wins because I look at the schedule. I'm like, okay, I know we're better than the Commanders. I know we're better than the Jets, even though people say the Jets got a good drive. The Lions will always be the Lions. Let's be honest. I don't trust the Minnesota Vikings that well, but I know we have them twice, home and away. All right. Give me the 49ers on what quarterback, because apparently they don't know which one they're going to go. Apparently Trey Lance is
You'll
the way
beat
to go.
San Francisco.
Look, man, I am telling you that if there's a Trey Lance starting week 1 here in Chicago, give me the Bears W all day, because Trey Lance doesn't know, although we don't have a defense, but I feel like this game will be too fast for
San
him.
Francisco still has their defense, you know.
That's understandable. That's understandable. But with a disgruntled wide receiver and you don't know what you're going to get out of a quarterback, there's a shot. I'm not touching Green Bay. I'm not touching Philadelphia. I'm not touching Buffalo. Um, those are guaranteed losses, and then one of them teams we face them twice.
So you think you'll beat the Lions and Vikings twice?
No, I think we'll split the Vikings, but I feel like we'll sweep the Lions, because the Lions, until I see differently. Yes, last year they competed hard, but yet they still ended up still having the first or the second overall pick. You know, I'm not a believer in the Lions until they prove otherwise. Then we got the Texans thrown in there. The Texans.
Hey, Davis Mills is a good quarterback. He looked good last year. I'm just saying they're not guaranteed considering what the Bears have to work with. Like that Commanders game you gave them, like all these little bad games you think you gave them, like you can't just say they're wins because, like, let's be honest, the Bears are still the Bears.
Bears are still the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe it. And I don't believe in Tua. Although he got Tyreek Hill and Waddle, Tua doesn't cut it for me.
You think they'll beat the Dolphins?
I think they'll beat the Dolphins. And then obviously that Monday night against the Patriots, not counting that one. I think that one's an L. Like I said, I got Buffalo, I got the L. And I'm just going on top of my head on everybody else that we face. So yeah, I honestly do believe the Bears somehow, some way can pull off 10 wins.
Who?
Ooh,
We're
10.
not taking Eric to no game, no sports betting with this one.
Yeah, I'm not
Because we don't
taking
want to
his
lose our
over
money.
unders.
And then when I'm right, I'm gonna bring all you guys back, even Jose and
I'll
John.
be the first one here to congratulate you with a Bears jersey on.
I mean, for real. Because
I'll
if
be the
after
first
that,
one.
if you right, we're going to play the lottery next.
For real. You
That's
are
the next
giving me
step.
all my FanDuel slips from now on.
Yeah, because I don't think there's no way the
No
Bears going
way
to
in
win.
hell.
I
All
don't
right,
think there's no way.
we'll see. We will see. I will forever cheer on my Bears, even win or lose.
Oh yeah, we
We'll do it
definitely
today.
gonna root for them, but they got like every receiver besides the one they drafted is on a 1 year contract, right? And Darnell Mooney. So like they pretty much they entire offense is like 1 year contracts. They all rental players.
Time to show out, right? They want to get that money. They should show out, right?
What
But
are they
there's
going to show
no
out with, though?
right. It's no investment. They just there to make that 1 year worth of money and not get hurt. Like it's really no investment there.
It could happen.
Then they picked up a bunch of players that nobody else really wanted.
I think I'm like
So,
probably like the most optimistic person here, and normally I'm the negative Nancy in around this
I
show.
don't. I don't think Dante Pettis is going. I don't think he's going to lead the Bears to the playoffs.
No, but
yeah.
in Justin in Fields I trust, and so
That,
that's who I
so,
You
need.
think he'll make
so
that big of a leap?
Oh, I have a big year for Justin Fields for sure. I think this time he looks like he's getting coached by a good guy who coached Aaron Rodgers or had to deal something with Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, it's Aaron Rodgers, right? You can't replicate what you got in Green Bay here in Chicago, but
He's a
it's a guy
defensive-minded guy, isn't he? Though.
not a
yeah.
Getsy, no.
Oh, you mean guess? I
No,
thought you
I
meant
was talking about Eberflus.
Oh no
Eberflus.
no
I
no
thought.
no! I'm talking about Getsy. Eberflus said that his defensive coordinator is gonna be the defensive play caller, and the offensive coordinator is gonna be his offensive play caller. So Eberflus is gonna coach and be focused on the game.
I
He
mean, of
literally said
course
that in
he
his
can
press
say that because they told him like, bro, this year don't count.
Thank you, John.
conference. I'm just saying, man, 10 wins. Look,
To win.
if
So
Like,
this,
I would be optimistic if the Bears put something around Justin Fields to throw to. I mean, something, but like literally, besides Darnell Mooney, there are a bunch of practice squad receivers, bro. I can't have hope in that.
right, a bunch of rental players, and
if I'm not mistaken, either one of the. I mean, look,
So they're just not going to throw the ball.
it's still a wide receiver that has some type of success, but I'm not sure if it's either Kenny Stills or Will Fuller who are still out there available, right? You still got Okunjobi, who was your first free agent, signing. He got hurt, but he's still out there. The money could be cheap. I don't know. Maybe Akeem Hicks is still out there. You get him for the cheap. He did cheap. He did say he wanted to come back to Chicago. You could
I mean,
beef up
free
that
agency has
defensive line.
started, right?
The free agency's been it's been started like a while back.
And the Bears added Dante Pettis instead of those guys.
I mean, look, hey, the money is still there. Cheap deals, man. Cheap deals. That's all I'm saying.
I
Next year,
know. It's look
next year,
like typical Chicago. It look like they still being cheap.
that's what John says.
sign Julio, huh?
If he could stay healthy, I'm okay with that too.
I mean, at least it's
Julio
something
gonna say no
that
thank
can
you.
take the attention away from Mooney. Like at least put something on that other side so Mooney can work. At least he had Allen Robinson so he could like take attention away from him. That's how he got some of those catches he made.
Right,
Allen
because
Robinson got
what's his
so much
name?
attention.
Byron Pringle.
Oh yeah, Brian Pringle.
I'm just saying, man. Look, Bears.
I mean, when you got Mahomes as your quarterback, of course you're gonna look okay, but
Yes.
come on,
10
man.
wins, guys.
So this what the Bears gonna see, Eric. They gonna see 100% of defenses stacking the box, 8, 9 people in the box.
8-9 deep.
That's fine. Hey, little play action here. Mooney over the top. Bring
And they,
Jones
and
Jr.
they
over
gonna
the
say,
top.
they gonna
I'm good
say,
with that.
show us that you got somebody that can catch it. Not that you got somebody that can throw it out there, but show us you got somebody that can catch it when it get out there.
I'll be there, guys. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you. I'm telling you guys this. What's today? May 18th.
Man, those Mondays after every Sunday will be so sad, man.
Look, they this
You guys,
and since they calling up old players like you said, Hicks and Steels, they might as well call Matt Forte back and be like, "Hey, you got another 1,000 yards
You got
all
another
purpose."
nah, we
Romney,
got David Montgomery for that, man. We good. We good. We got Montgomery, and then we have what's his name?
Khalil Herbert.
Leo Herbert, and they even drafted a running back.
I like the running backs the Bears have. I
Yeah.
like the running backs. I like Justin Fields. I just don't like that offensive line. I don't like the receiving core.
Well, see, I like the direction the
Yeah, I like
offensive
the
line is
direction they
going.
going in. They're still not
Right.
there yet.
But it's not there. I love the direction it's going because they pretty much went through the motions of replacing the entire offensive line. So I like that. But you got a year worth of football where your franchise quarterback is gonna have to try and stay healthy. That's gonna be the concern for him this season.
And it's
Just to
hard to
stay
do that
healthy.
when you're running for your life, like John
Like
says.
John said, running for your
Hey,
life.
they got bodies in the offensive line, man.
They do. They got enough.
That was their main focus. Other than the two the defensive backs that they got, they went four picks, 11 picks. 4 of them, 5 of them were offensive linemen. So
That
honestly, they were.
Khalil Mack, that Khalil Mack trade is coming back to bite them in the ass.
Uh, no, no,
Oh wait, no. I tweet. They don't have a first round pick because of the Justin Fields trade. Never mind.
exactly. Yeah, that's the only reason why. So no, I mean, hey, look, his money is we're gonna have money next year. So if you could do something a
Yeah,
little,
if you sign a
sprinkle a
practice
little bit
squad
of here
receivers,
for a little bit of
you'll
there
have
next
hella
year,
money.
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
he just got to. Justin Fields got to. The goal is Justin Fields stay healthy. The
Man,
offensive line makes some progression, and then you find you drafted the kid from Tennessee. I can't pronounce this. Burvis.
Jones, just say Jones Jr.
Yeah, that guy. They drafted him. You got Mooney still, so you got two good slot receiver and a third receiver, second and third receiver. You just need a number one.
well, we know the Bears will have a high pick next year, so that'll
Right.
probably be used on a receiver, hopefully.
I
Hey,
mean, a
hey,
high.
John, let Tyreek Cohen stay where he at, bro. Like, get a man a break.
He
No, man.
really he tore his ACL working out.
No,
Yeah,
he popped his Achilles.
right.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry, yes, Achilles
goodness.
Yep.
on the
Yeah,
workout on the video
John's
work.
bogus for that one. You know what? I just seen Matt Forte, but I didn't really read what he said right now. And then I was looking at the game while listening to you, and then I realized what he wrote. And I'm like, dang, he bogus. Like it hasn't even really been 24 hours, man.
It is messed up. He's
Take
I
that
need
away.
some milk.
All right, we're gonna cut it off here. Hey guys, 106-83 is the score with
Oh
like a
my
minute 40.
goodness.
Ooh, nice move. 85 to 106 Golden State in here, guys. Hey, look, like I say, and I always say this every Wednesday, I prefer you two over the other two. You guys are more than welcome to jump on anytime. I appreciate you both all the time that you guys hop on. I hope, John, you heard that too, because I really do mean that.
See,
I
we're fair. We're fair, unlike those two.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Johnny Blasphemy
Oh my God, talking about
and No
LeBron
Way
to Robin.
Jose.
Jesus.
He said, "No way, Jose."
No way, Jose. That should be the new names for the JCA podcast on Monday. But hey, for everybody, thank you for listening to the JCA and listening and watching the JCA Sports podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Also, make sure you follow us on all those platforms, plus Instagram and TikTok. As for Chicago's favorite Uncle Day Day, Deontay over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. He got the laughing emoji. He said, "You guys ain't nothing." No, I'm just kidding. He just wrote laughing emojis. That's all he said. CP, I appreciate you guys for hopping on, and we will be back on Monday.
Oh, can I say one thing before we go?
What's up?
Montrez Harrell, I had to look it up. He was actually above average among the leaders in rim protection defense last season. Just for Dave.
There you go, Mr. Hoffman.
There you go, Dave.
We'll run that by you tomorrow at work.
I
Both
sure
of us.
will.
Me and Deontay will run that by you guys. We'll run by that on tomorrow. Oh, he coming at you. He coming at you. CP, look at that.
Johnny Blasphemy.
Oh my God.
See, you need me to balance his stupidity on this show.
Then we need you every episode from here on out, man.
Ridiculous.
For CP, for Deontay, for John and Dave, and everybody who also mentioned was on the comments, strong and watching. Thank you guys for joining the show. Like I said, we'll be back on Monday at 9:00, guys. Don't also forget yeah, definitely. Don't forget May 28th, next Saturday, the EAFP podcast, My Soccer Podcast, will be out at One Allegiance Brewery out in Chicago Ridge, 10215 Harlem Avenue for the Champions League final. Yes, it's a soccer matchup. You guys are more than welcome, but there will be a promotion and some t-shirts given out that day too as well, so you guys are more than welcome to come. We'll be there starting at 1:00 pre and post. The game starts at 2, so pre and post game. So you guys are more than welcome to hop on, join on. We'll be on. Let's talk some soccer. Let's talk to football for myself, for CP, for Deontay, for John, for Jose, who wasn't here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow our social media, share our shows. Until next time, guys, I will see you on Monday. Peace.
Peace.
What a finish! Wow. What a finish! Wow, that is unfreaking believable. What a way for a ball game to end. Oh, that's what happened. Oh, that's terrible. My God. The humanity.
They may be the drunkest couple in the history of sporting events.
I loved his face.
I would suspect that fan is done for the night. Here's the thing. When you steal something, don't wear it.